Are you ready, Jerry?
Absolutely.
Are you guys ready? It has been a month and a half. 6 long weeks. They have put it off at least twice.
Yes, twice.
We've got Dominik Dijakovic, Keith Lee, one-on-one. This is going to be a fucking classic. Just kidding.
Yes.
Keith Lee's not there. Dominik Dijakovic versus some jobber guy. Enjoy, folks.
Support, no DQ.
Welcome, everybody, to What's NXT for April 17th, 2019. I'm your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
And tonight, pretty good show.
Oh, excellent show, I think.
We had 2 title matches. We had Dominik Dijakovic, one half of the match we have been promised for the last month or so. But he looked great, even if it was very briefly. We will get to that.
Yeah.
It was
we blinked.
Record-breaking squash. Our first match of the night, though, is for the North American Championship. We've got Velveteen Dream defending against Buddy Murphy, who was recently drafted to SmackDown, so we know who's not winning that match.
It could have gone either way, I think, at this point. With the way they're, going back and forth, all this draft nonsense, all this superstar.
This guy still thinks that Velveteen Dream is getting called up, like, fucking now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he is. I think he's one of those guys like Adam Cole. If you take them, I guess Johnny Gargano, if you take them out of NXT now, NXT's not going to have much of anything to build upon. So I think Velveteen Dream is staying. I guess we let the cat out of the bag. He retains. But not in a bad showing. This was a really fun match.
This was like just a clinic from start to finish. We had technical wrestling, we had high flying action, we had reversals left and right. We had near falls, we had almost countouts, we had everything in this match.
Yeah, I think there was 2 near countouts here.
Yes.
So my first note here is that Dream slides in the ring when Murphy goes for a suicida. So, like, Dream's on the outside, Murphy goes and hits the ropes, he's coming back, but Dream slides in like, ooh, cut you off at the pass. You can't, jump out of the ring and hit me with this tope or suicida. And so he thinks he's got the upper hand, but he's still on his fucking knees.
Yeah.
And he's doing his pose, and Buddy Murphy just grabs his arms and does this wicked fucking knee to Velveteen Dream's face. And I know I call a lot of stuff wicked. This was wicked-diculous.
Yes.
This was ridiculous. Even, I think Nigel said, or maybe even Morrow, that might have been the sickest knee that he has ever seen on NXT.
Folds Velveteen Dream in half, and he just pins him that way with his knees still pinned under him.
Yeah, so Velveteen Dream was on his knees when he catches the knee. He just goes backwards, and Buddy Murphy just covers him there. Like, his legs are folded up underneath him, so there's nothing.
There was no kick out. It was like getting the shoulder up, and that was it.
Barely rolled his shoulder up.
Yep.
In fact, based on the camera angle, I'm not certain that he did manage to roll his shoulder up. I didn't see it. I just assumed, I guess it happened.
I wouldn't have, but that's just me, I guess.
So, Murphy finally goes off the ropes and catches Dream with a tope con hero. Just a full somersault over the top rope. Lands on Dream outside into the onto the rampway, and then rolls up the rampway because he's got that extra momentum. Just wicked looking. Sorry, awesome. It was awesome looking. There's another adjective for you.
There you go.
Of
Phenomenal looking, even.
No, we saved that for AJ Styles. Dream gets the upper hand, goes up top for the Purple Rainmaker, but he misses, and then ends up turning around and hitting a code breaker. Awesome looking code breaker.
Yeah.
Near fall. Murphy gets over in the corner, goes up to the second rope, and then it looked like he was going to go for a tornado DDT, and I'm like, come on, man. No, he does a 270, comes back over the ropes, lands on the apron, and hits Dream with just this neck snap off the top rope. That was great looking. Let's see. Murphy with a top rope sunset flip, but then Dream rolls through it. So, like, Dream is facing him. He jumps off the top rope over Dream, and then Sunset flips him, but Dream comes up, rolls it into the Dream Valley Driver. I'm sorry. Near fall. Doesn't get a pinfall off that.
Nope.
Murphy catches Dream going up up to the corner and then pulls his head through where like the back of his head is on the turnbuckle now, like he's looking through his own legs, like he's checking his junk for tumors or something, you know, and hits a super kick on his face, caught between a super kick and a turnbuckle. Awesome. Pulls him off of that into, what did he hit? A power bomb. Almost a running power bomb, I think.
He
Folds him up and
He
everything.
took a couple steps with it, yeah.
Very close near fall, but near fall nonetheless. They end up on the outside. I think they followed each other up to the turnbuckle and were just beating each other senseless up top until they both just fell off, hit the aprons, and rolled to the outside. They both just barely Murphy picks up. At one point, they both barely beat the 10 count. At another point, Murphy actually breaks the 10 count. He gets in and out to save the match. And I'm like, man, get in and take the 10 count. Get your victory. Get another match later.
That's the part where you and I argued at, because I saw Murphy wanting to be, especially after the comments Drew was making at WrestleMania about him, you know, not deserving the spotlight anymore, that he lost his belt and all this other stuff. He didn't want to win the match that way. He wanted the Dreams title for that embarrassing comment.
Well, he wants the title now. And maybe if you get a 10 count victory, that doesn't necessarily grant you another title match. So I guess break the 10 count. But here I'm still like, fuck, man. That just... Anyway, I'm glad they didn't have a double count out there or a count out for real. We actually got to finish to this match. I'm almost there. Murphy goes to get back in the ring at one point. Dream catches him in the ropes with a famouser, kind of a draping famouser, and then picks him up immediately for a Dream Valley driver, goes straight to the top rope. None of this slow climbing bullshit. Hits the Purple Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3.
There was one move in that match that you skipped that I thought was really
By all means.
Like, right after the Conhero from Murphy that was really sick looking, he actually rolled Dream back into the ring, scaled the ropes, and nailed a beautiful meteor off the top rope.
Oh, I did have that. I guess I didn't.
Yeah, you're kind of anxious to get to the flipping death.
After the Murphy Tope Conhero meteor off the top for a near fall.
Yeah, and that was just, he suspended in air.
Telling you folks, I try to get all the good spots.
Oh yeah,
and if I don't have any notes, just assume that the match was, if it was fun, I will tell you it was fun. If not, probably skippable.
I was about to say, if you caught us on our takeover review, I pretty much had 2 or 3 notes on the takeover review. Then I just kind of threw a notebook to the side and said, "Fucking just watch
takeover was an exception. I'm not watching takeover and taking notes. Fuck that. I want to enjoy the matches because I'm not going to watch it twice.
No.
Other than a few spots, I will rewind.
Yeah.
But anyway, after this, we go backstage. Street Profits are there, and they're talking to the camera.
Street talk.
And
Snapchat.
They're talking about opportunities, and they're going to make their own opportunity. They are going to go see Regal. And so they make their way to William Regal's office, and
they knock on the door.
Before they can go in, who should exit William Regal's office but...
What do we call them now?
War Raiders / Viking Experience in street clothes. And they look much smaller next to the Street Profits than I thought they looked next to anybody else that they've been facing lately. But
still decking out War Raider shirts.
Why are they there? Well, really good timing, it seems. They heard the Street Profits talking about wanting to get in the ring with them, and so they beat them to it, and they talked to William Regal, and they got the match. So, next week, we are going to have the War Raiders versus the Street Profits. It did not say it was a title match. Doesn't mean it won't become one. I feel like if it was going to be one, though, they would have told us.
Yeah. Well, you also thought that way about the North American title match. You didn't think that was one, but it was announced when the match was made that it was going to be for a North American title.
That is true. I just, sometimes I'm too busy taking notes to pay attention.
Even then, we didn't get a graphic or anything saying it's going to be for the belt, so we don't know.
That's true. So... After this, we get Johnny Gargano in segment number 2 out of 3 matches in a segment. So, it's 4 segments total. I mean, this was okay.
This was a great segment, though, I think.
He comes out to cut his first in-ring promo since winning the NXT Championship. And he doesn't get very far in when Shock the System hits and Undisputed Era come out. First I thought it was just going to be Adam Cole, but no. It was some weird facsimile in between just Adam Cole and all of Undisputed Era.
We had Red Dragon with them.
Yeah, we are missing Roderick Strong. And based off of the hidden camera, I guess, footage that we got last week where Adam Cole was yelling at Roderick Strong, this kind of seems like it might make sense.
Yeah.
Of course, they're not going to talk about it.
No.
But anyway, so Adam Cole comes out and, I mean, he claims to be the uncrowned champion because he got the first fall.
I was about to say, like, he's got a point to some extent about, like, if it was a regular match, not 2 out of 3 falls, he'd be champion right now. But that wasn't the case, and
it wasn't a regular match.
You could say Johnny Gargano paced himself or whatnot. Bullshit. If it was gonna be a one-on-one match and like it was just gonna be one fall to the finish, Adam Cole would be the champion right now.
Maybe, or maybe Johnny Gargano would have kicked out of that last shot.
But also I haven't mentioned this. Mauro Ranallo referred to Johnny Gargano as Charlie Brown, saying he finally kicked the football.
Yeah.
And his new shirt, yellow and black, so it's beautiful. So Mauro, if for some reason you're watching this, A+ work.
So Johnny Gargano reminds Adam Cole that by the end of the night, the scoreboard read Johnny Gargano 2, Adam Cole 1, and he invites Adam Cole to get in the ring, and he's going to rack up a few more numbers on that scoreboard. And so Adam Cole calls his bluff and says, oh, you want this? All right. Well, of course, he's got Red Dragon behind him.
Yep.
And on the way to the ring, what did we see? Jerry called this. Completely called this. I'm like, yeah, it totally makes sense.
Roderick Strong. Bam!
From the side of the camera. Sick kick to the side of the head and a beatdown.
Yep.
And a beatdown and a beatdown. And then finally the rest of Undisputed Era get to the ring. And Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly help Roderick Strong hold up Johnny Gargano while Adam Cole holds the title, talks some smack, and then super kicks Johnny Gargano in the face.
Yep.
And that's what that was.
Leaves me in a heap. Stefan asks, is anybody going to come out and help the champ? It's like, oh, there's the 3 referees. All right.
Yeah, we got a few refs.
We got the 3.
Break it up, fellas. Break it up.
Drake was back there drinking coffee, getting ready for the main event.
Yep. So we did get a little promo here in between this and the next match. Kushida will be debuting in 2 weeks. Now I am not positive if that's an in-ring debut or if it's just his first time showing up on NXT.
I think it's gonna be his in-ring debut. He's already made his presence known at that last takeover and then the signing since then, so it's gonna be his first.
Yeah, I would say unless he's got a mouthpiece, it's not gonna be a promo.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No.
So up next is our meat of the sandwich. Very lean, very lean. Second match of the night is Donovan Dijakovic versus, and I quote, Aaron Fry. And I say I quote because he didn't get a name placard. I don't even think, did he get music? Yeah, I think
he got music.
But he didn't get a name placard. We kind of came into frame as he was coming out. So Kayla said his name, and then I think Morrow might have said his name.
Yeah.
And so that's how we got Adam Fry. And I
Aaron
called
Fry.
him... Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron Fry. I called him Medium Fry the Jobber Guy. Because he is quite medium.
Yes.
Just medium. This match was not a match, folks. They called for the bell, and immediately Dominic Dijakovic goes into the spin, the discus.
And as justice or kick.
As Fry goes after him, or goes presumably for a lockup, he gets kicked in the face. A discus big boot. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
That's it, folks. Literally, that is all.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done.
I work at Burger King making flame broiled Whoppers. I wear paper hats. That phrase takes longer to say than this match took.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Dominik Dijakovic kind of looked good. I mean, he had an after-match promo.
His entrance is finally fine-tuned. He actually looks menacing coming out to the ring. And he kind of took away from that in this promo he did afterwards. He kind of killed it. He did that whole thing where he,
his parents spoke. So he basically says his parents are immigrants, so his family gave him this opportunity by moving to America. And so maybe he's not a heel foreigner, even though he's a heel. He's just not a heel because he's foreign. Technically, he was born here, so he's not really foreign anyway.
He's already looking like Ivan Drago.
But, yeah, that didn't help him. But what did help him was calling out Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
He says he's here for an opportunity, and right now he's looking at the North American Championship. So, Velveteen Dream, feast your eyes.
So, my mentality is this, and I didn't even think about it until right before we started on this broadcast, because I'm still super sore about the fact that we're not getting Dijakovic versus Lee again.
I'm pretty sure Keith Lee is injured right now.
But at the same time, if they're setting up for this, and Dijakovic pulls a win on Velveteen Dream and gets the belt, this time around, when Keith Lee does come back, they'll be fighting over something. They'll actually be fighting over the title, not just for the spotlight, not just for glory, but for gold at the same time.
I could see Dijakovic winning the title.
I could totally see it now, too.
They've been building the crap out of this dude.
What he started off as a joke with the whole Jack-off thing. But, but now
that was just me. So I don't think that caught on. Thank God. Because I've since stopped calling him the Jack-Off. I'm sure there will be a bad match in the future where I will resurrect the Jack-Off-ish.
Yep.
Whatever. So up next, we've got Kathy Kelly backstage attempting to interview Undisputed Era, all four of them, and they're celebrating, boasting that Johnny Gargano fell right into their trap. About this time, William Regal interrupts. We haven't seen Regal in a while.
Not since the Kushida signing, no.
So, well, yeah, we did see that.
Where he signed his name super long.
Decides to inform Undisputed Era that he just had a conversation with Johnny Gargano, and he has decided to challenge the Undisputed Era. Notice he says Undisputed Era. Obviously, he didn't challenge all four of them. Adam Cole, though, assumes he means him. So he asked, when's the match going to be? Well, it wasn't Adam Cole that Johnny Gargano requested. It was what this guy predicted. Why can't you predict, wrestling?
I already said I'm going to bring a coin to the next prediction video, and that's going to be it.
What if it's a triple threat or a fatal four-way?
I'll start flipping before we start filming.
Okay. So, yeah, next week we are going to get Johnny Gargano versus Roderick Strong.
Non-title.
It is a non-title match, but he says Roderick Strong is going to win. It's going to cause a fissure in the Undisputed Era that he can beat Johnny Gargano, but Adam Cole can't.
Or Adam Cole's going to make it so Roderick Strong doesn't win. Because he
accidentally costs him the match?
Yep.
That actually sounds more plausible to me.
It'll look like an accident, but it'll just be him saying, it's like, if anybody beats Gargano at this point, it's going to be me.
It's just him drinking them bitters.
Mm-hmm.
So,
your bitter tears.
After this, we get a short video package promo. Well, actually, it wasn't that short. Kairi Sane versus Baszler is the main event for the Women's Championship. And
this lasted longer than the Fried Dijakovic match.
Yeah, this basically went all the way back to Kairi Sane in the
Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, the Mae Young Classic. Or no, both of them. I think they were the final match.
They were the final match. Yeah.
So it went all the way back to that and showed everything that's happened between them since. All of the matches, title switches, everything. And so it's pumping us up for a match that is less than a few minutes away. Because all we have next is a backstage selfie promo with Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne. And they just said that they were caught up in the food.
Yeah, they're tired from the time at WrestleMania weekend, shopping, taking in the food, drinking wine. You don't do that shit when you're ready to wrestle.
And that is their excuse for why Candice LeRae defeated Aaliyah last week. And they are challenging Candice LeRae, but not as I predicted Vanessa Bourne. Well, did I predict that? I don't remember. Anyway,
you didn't predict it.
So not Vanessa Bourne one-on-one against Candice LeRae, but they want her to find another female a tag team partner and have it be 2-on-2.
My pick at this point is Casey Catanzaro.
Yeah, I'd say that's likely. They seem to be pushing her a little bit, and if it's just the Performance Center promo video that they do, which we don't talk about, but it's amazing.
It's Ricochet's girl is what's going on, and that's good. She's going to be like the female version of him here.
Well, plus she's the American Ninja Warrior champion chick, and you know she's the one that gets in the ring by climbing the post with her rock climbing shoes.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that's probably going to be more like in 2 weeks' time, maybe 3 weeks' time. Maybe we'll get it next week. Who the fuck knows?
Well, it'll be just kind of a little bit tag team heavy because we'll also have Street Profits versus the
It's not like we haven't seen that before.
Team
though.
Ragnarok.
So we are now on to the main event: Shayna Baszler, the NXT Women's Champion, versus Kairi Sane, who gets her last opportunity. If she loses this match, she will not get an opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship ever again. And we know this because she just got drafted to motherfucking SmackDown. She's now going to be a tag team with Asuka. And that answers the question, well, what the fuck are they going to do with Asuka now? Apparently this. Again, much like our opening contest where we knew Buddy Murphy was not going to win the championship. In this case, Kairi Sane was not going to win the championship. And spoiler alert, she does not win the championship.
The way she didn't win it, though, that was kind of surprising.
It was different. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
So before I break down this match, because I've got nearly a full page of notes on spots in this match, what did you think about the main event, Jerry?
Well, let me put it this way. My notes for this match is Sane/Baszler. I'm pretty sure I have more notes for this match, actually less notes for this match, than Aaron Fry versus Dominic Dijakovic.
It's okay, I got you covered.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's the fact that it's nothing I haven't seen between these two before.
No, this is true.
It's pretty much a rehashing just on NXT television.
You know what? I take exception to that. There are some stuff in here that we haven't seen before. I actually quite enjoyed this match. I think the whole of this match I enjoyed more than the opening bout. The North American Championship match, because although that one was fun too, this was a really good match, and I fucking love Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, sure too.
She's so good.
Yeah.
So, like I said, before I get into note for note, put away your notes. What did you think about the match? How did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
I thought it was all right. I thought it was middle ground more or less.
What?
I couldn't really get into it, especially after this whole superstar shakeup bullshit.
And we will get into that.
Yes. So, it's one of these things where it's like, I couldn't get invested in the match. I could barely get invested. The crowd even didn't look invested, and this was weeks ago. So, I think it's just the fact that I'm already burnt out on Kairi Sane as it was. Shayna Baszler is always going to be great. She's always puts on great matches. She's always finding different ways of hurting people, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Jessamine Duke and Maria Shafir, they're the perfect pit bulls for her. They really are. But they need to do something too, and win a match.
Well, they actually, though they were at ringside with Baszler, they played, I think, no.
They played to any factor until at the end.
Yeah, well, after the match was over.
Yeah, after the match was done.
Bell to bell, they played no role in this match.
They're the cheerleaders. That's all I needed to be.
I was a little bit worried about that, them being at ringside, but it was not them, ladies and gentlemen, that got this match thrown out.
Nope.
So, Sane, this is like at the very beginning. Like, I started taking notes early. Normally there's a little bit of a warm-up into the match. But Sane knocks Baszler cold with this back elbow. They're in the corner. And then she falls to a sitting position in the corner, so immediately we see that sliding D or whatever the fuck it is,
where she slides in. Fist?
No, she runs into the it was a spinning back elbow in the corner. Yeah,
I thought it was back fist, but
then she runs into the corner and slides in with that forearm across the chest, and then Baszler goes outside or rolls outside, and then she comes off the apron with that. What did she hit? Cross body onto the fucking rampway. That's great. And then she goes up top, hits a forearm onto Baszler in the ring for a near fall. And then they start trading forearm shots off the rope. Like they would throw, Shayna threw Sane into the ropes and caught her at the ropes with a forearm. And then she ran to the other ropes, but Sane came in and caught her with a forearm. So there's a little bit of a trade-off, but then Shayna starts getting these strikes that are just wicked looking. And then she kicks her in the thigh, knocks her to her knee, and then plants a knee to the side of her head that just cracked through the crowd.
I'm about to say, it resonated over here even.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt on a different kind of level, man. So Sane ends up dodging a bicycle knee into the corner. Shane had already hit one, so she went to the well one too often. She comes off the ropes, hits Shayna with an interceptor, and then ends up putting Shayna in the anchor, which is that leg lock she does. And Shayna battles to the ropes, goes outside. Let's see, where's the anchor? And then Kairi Sane goes to do a second buckle elbow onto Baszler's back. So it wasn't the insane elbow, but it was like it. It was off the middle rope instead of the top rope. And she lands on Baszler as she's, I guess, on hands and knees. So she levels that onto her back. Then she goes up top to do the insane elbow, but Baszler catches her in the corner, kicks her in the head, and then she goes up top, tries to hit a some sort of superplex, but she ends up getting kicked into the fucking tree of woe. And
something you battled with the entire time, or like yet you, I won't say you complained about, because it's a very contrived move.
Okay, so Kairi Sane hits the move that for me Alberto Del Rio did first, where he jumps off she jumps off the top corner and hits the double stomp onto the Shayna Baszler, who's in the tree of woe but holding herself up, using the top rope to hold herself up so she can get planted in the chest. Like, who holds themselves up like that? Maybe if you're trying to escape the tree of woe, but you wouldn't just be sitting there.
No.
It's just stupid. So anyway, she hits her with that double stomp to Baszler's chest. And then Baszler goes outside, and Sane, this is the beginning of the end, ladies and gentlemen. She goes for that kabuki elbow that she does running off of the apron. And Shayna dodges out of the way, and instead of hitting Shayna, Kairi Sane hits her elbow into the corner of the guardrails.
Yep.
And that looked painful.
Yes, it did.
It really did. And the ref almost immediately gets out of the ring and goes outside to check on Kairi Sane. And I think he even calls for a
EMT,
doctor.
Yeah, EMT comes out.
So we got a trainer comes out to check on her, but Shayna is having none of this. Actually, no, the trainer was later. So Shayna throws her back in the ring, and she starts zeroing in on the elbow, just working her in these almost Pete Dunne-like submission holds.
Yep.
And then she does
Vicious
that
arm bars, yeah.
Tilt-a-whirl gut wrench slam, got a near fall. And then she locks on this move that I think Nigel called the Americana.
Yeah.
It's an arm submission. It's not an arm bar. I can't describe this thing. Just fucking go watch it or Google the Americana arm submission. And so yeah, she puts her in that for a good little while, but Kairi makes it to the ropes and so breaks the hold. She actually crawls to the outside, and again she is desperate on this arm, to the point to where now the ref calls down a doctor. Right after the doctor, Io Shirai shows up, and she runs down to check on Kairi Sane. But Shayna Baszler is having none of this because the match has not been called yet. Her title is not yet safe.
Yep.
She reaches through the ropes and snatches up Kairi Sane in a Baszler lock, drags her through the ropes, almost like a monster in a horror movie.
Yes.
Just drags her back into the ring, starts working on the arm again, and sets her up for what I call the Shayna Stomp, or the Baszler Stomp. I think Pete Dunne did it first, but that's where she holds her arm down like this and goes to stomp on the elbow. And before Io Shirai would see that happen to Kairi Sane, she intercepts, and she causes the disqualification. She pushes Shayna Baszler off of Kairi Sane,
Yep.
and the ref calls for the bell. And that's how the match ends. It's not how the segment ends, thank God, but that's how the match ends. And I was like, what?
It was a weird ending, it really was, but it also made sense at the same time. Baszler keeps the belt, Sane loses, and her friend costs her last chance at the title.
And nobody has to take a pinfall or submission defeat. Well,
it was actually a pretty brilliant ending.
Not for Io Shirai though. Her plan was dumb because she may have stopped the match from ending, but now you've got Shayna Baszler and Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir, and you're all by yourself, and you just fucked with Shayna Baszler's title match. Yeah. Now, granted, you caused her to keep the belt,
Baszler's laughing,
but she's not going to be happy. To this vein, Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir end up snatching Io Shirai by the legs and pulling her outside, throwing her into the guardrail, throwing her into the apron, and then holding her 2-on-1, holding her still and forcing her to watch as Shayna Baszler picks up Kairi Sane, sets her up, and does the Baszler stomp anyway. And this one looked brutal.
Yes, it did.
It bent her arm all the way forward. And I know, they're bendy. She's fine, but it still looked brutal as fuck. And that's it.
You have Kairi, Io Shirai yelling a whole bunch of Japanese phrases,
and crying,
yelling at Shayna as she goes up, and Shayna seems unfazed, not only because she's badass, but for the fact that she probably doesn't fucking know Japanese.
Now, the audio was basically just the crowd at this point, and the crowd was not a good audio to go out on. They should have had Shayna Baszler's music playing, even though she did what she did.
Yeah, because it was silence. It wasn't even that awkward silence.
There were single people in the crowd trying to yell at Shayna and yell at Io and yell at Kairi. And trying to get their own chant. The audio was terrible at the end.
It was dead air.
But if you just concentrate on Shayna Baszler and Duke and Shafir up on the stage, looking
formidable.
Yeah. And imagine you're hearing Shayna Baszler's awesome music. I thought it was a great match, and I thought it was a really good ending. I did not like the way that they ended the match, but I think it was probably better than either one of them taking a pinfall.
Oh, yeah.
And it writes Kairi Sane off of NXT, and it writes Io Shirai into the next feud with Shayna Baszler. Cool.
Okay.
Support, no DQ.
That brings us to the end of the main event, and here on What's NXT, we rate the main event using the General's 5-star rating system. And Jerry, as always, you go first. That can't be a good sign. Where do you rate this main event?
You talked me into a 4.
Oh, wow.
The fact that, I was watching the match and everything, but I couldn't get into it. But after sitting here and us discussing it a little bit more, I realized how much sense, A, the ending made, B, how, a whole bunch of it now is tied together in a neat little package so Kairi Sane could disappear off NXT television. That works out beautifully. It makes Shayna more into a monster heel that she is. It's showing more that, Duke and Shafir, they're going to be menacing after a while. Right now, they still need work. And that's why Baszler is still there, I believe. And that's why she's going to be holding on to that belt, at least to either San Jose or Toronto. One of those two places, she will drop the belt. But I can see her holding it onto it up till San Jose, at least, to face off against Io Shirai. At this point, that's actually at least building towards a match for TakeOver. We're actually getting that, and now we could also be looking at Dijakovic versus Velveteen Dream possibly by San Jose as well. Yep. So, based on that, and adding a quarter, just because it was actually a pretty decent show. Velveteen Dream versus Buddy Murphy automatically had me hooked, saying this is a great show, and then that squash match. For it being 7.2 seconds long, I'm pretty sure. It was entertaining. So.
Maybe 0.7 seconds long. It did not last long at all.
There's a 3 count, there's this discus spin, and the kick. So there's
maybe 7 seconds.
Yeah, about 7 seconds, I believe. So, based off of all that, about
4 or 5 tops, man. Anyway.
Yeah, so that boosted it up to me as a 4, because as I said, I really didn't see much of anything different in this match I hadn't seen in Sane versus Baszler. So,
well, you know me, it's always about
the story.
And this one, I don't think they really told much of a story for the first half of the match. But the last 5 minutes or so, after Kyrie hit that elbow into the barricade or the guardrail,
and playing off the shoulder injury as well.
Just the work that Baszler did on her arm was beautiful.
Yeah.
The whole match, in and of itself, was still great to me. I really enjoyed it, even though, like you said, a lot of it was stuff that we have seen before. Still a good match. The ending, even though it's not my favorite kind of ending, made sense.
It suited it.
The aftermatch made sense, and was entertaining, and it came off of a great show. It's not even 4 matches, but I have to call it a great show. It sets up Roderick Strong versus Johnny Gargano in the one segment that wasn't a match, and that sets up a possible
Roderick
fissure.
Strong and Cole.
Yeah, a fissure in Undisputed Era, which, I mean, whole show, great show. I'm going to give it 4 1/4. I'm going to start at 4, add a quarter for the great show.
That
4 1/4 stars for this main event. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend, considering the length of it, all 3 matches. Definitely check out the North American Championship match with Velveteen Dream and
that's how
Buddy Murphy.
That's how you kick off a show. That's how you kick off a show.
Definitely check out Shayna Baszler defending against Kairi Sane. Definitely spend 15 seconds. Don't blink.
Don't blink.
Spend 15 seconds of your time and check out Donovan Dijakovic ending the match like that. It was pretty good. Pretty.
It took our fries longer to make at the Steak and Shake than it for us to watch this match.
So, that brings us to the end of this episode of What's NXT, and we thank you for joining us. Join us tomorrow for our NXT party. We'll be reviewing episode, I believe, number 39.
Yeah, we're almost at number 40.
NXT UK.
That's after 39.
Yeah, that is very true. And if you would like to join us on the big screen and help us review a future episode of NXT UK, come have a spot of NXT with us. You can find me on Twitter. Go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. It's over here. I forget. It's been a while. Or if you just want to look me up on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. You can also find this gentleman on Twitter.
At NoDQ General, and also my Facebook group, Ever-Growing Armbar. All caps, ARMBAR. Exclamation point.
Losing my voice. We got to wrap it up.
Oh, we're having a good old time there. We've had some more members, had some more discussions, moderators. We have been going ape shit in that room.
Our bar seems to be growing at about the same rate as our channel, Aftermatch Wrestling. We are at 72 subscribers on Aftermatch. I believe we are right at 72 or
79.
Oh, wow. So we are outgrowing Aftermatch Armbar. We must fix that. Come find us on YouTube. That is our channel if you want to get these videos something like half a day early. We also have exclusive content, the Rated R Report. We do that at least one every week. Sometimes we do 2. When we have guests, we keep them on afterwards and talk about shit.
For a while there, we didn't record it, and we're like, why are we recording this?
We did WrestleMania as a fantasy booking situation. We booked it down to 10 matches or less, tried to get it under 5 hours, and that was fun. We're looking for new opportunities for fantasy booking. It's just Saturdays aren't the best day, and that's pretty much the best day to do it.
Yeah.
So we will get another, we're going to call it the Aftermatch Remix.
Yep.
Or the Rated R Remix, or something like that.
Something clever.
But yes, we do have exclusive content. That's to help get the numbers up, because we are looking for 100 subscribers. At 100 subscribers, we will start doing What's NXT. That's this show right here, live. And
without a net.
We're hoping to have some of our subscribers might actually be awake when we record these shows and ask us questions, and then we can answer them at the end of the video, possibly before we do all of this spiel, all of the plugs and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all one word, AFTERMATCH, Aftermatch Wrestling. So join us there. If you like this video, you should click the like button. That's underneath me. If you like all of our videos, you should probably click the subscribe button. That's underneath Jerry. Yeah. over there somewhere. In between there is a share button. For us, that's what's important because we like to talk about wrestling and we're looking to talk to more people about wrestling. So if you click the share button, go ahead, just scroll down a little bit now. Likes there.
Sharing is
Subscribe
caring.
over there.
Sharing is caring.
If you click the share button, a little bar should pop up and show you all the things you can share to. So just click on Twitter and quick post it.
Tweet us.
Click on Facebook and quick post it. And while you've got Facebook
us.
find us on Armbar. Do not add us on Facebook. I do not add wrestling fans on Facebook unless they're friends of mine. Because, yeah, there's spoilers. And I try and keep Facebook spoiler free. Add me on Twitter. And if you want me to follow you back, send me a message on Twitter. Send me a DM. That's all it takes, and I will follow you back. Otherwise, it is a lot of hassle to follow everybody that follows me. Because sometimes I miss follows, and then I'm like, who is this guy? Oh, I've got more followers than I thought I did. That's something like 170-something followers now, which I guess is pretty good.
What the ever got to eat?
Hey, once you hit those double digits, man, it's all uphill from there.
I don't think so. My predictions say otherwise.
So yeah, go to nodq.com/Stefan. That'll take you to my Twitter page. Or go to nodq.com/ I believe it's General?
I don't know.
It might be Jerry.
I may not even be on their site.
You've got to have one. You're bound to have one. At NoDQ General, that's where you can add him. And we will add you on Twitter, just not Facebook, except for Armbar.
Yep, Armbar.
So, I think that's everything.
That wraps up all night.
So, for me and me and me and me and me and me and Jerry and Jerry and Jerry and Jerry and Jerry. By the way, this is... Somewhere back there is every episode of What's NXT that we have ever done.
Yes.
Goes all the way back, folks.
Yeah.
That was the idea, and we're, what, 27, 28 episodes in, so...
According to a refrigerator tally, I believe so.
This has been a pretty incredible journey. We're at 72 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. So thank you, everybody, for being a member of the NXT team. Leave a comment down below if you don't have Twitter or Facebook, so we can get a hold of you. Email works just fine. If you want to become an official member of the NXT team and get up on the big screen. If you don't want to review NXT UK, if you don't watch NXT UK, come join us for a Rated R report. We'll just bullshit about wrestling for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We do that. So, for the General Jerry Slaughter, I'm the Rated R reviewer, the Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you in NXT time.